Two landlords can buy very similar properties for very similar prices, yet one property produces strong cash flow, reliable tenants, and consistent demand. The other struggles with void periods, weaker growth, and ongoing problems. Why is that? The answer is often the location. In property, location affects almost every part of the investment. Tenant demand, rental income, future growth, and risk are all influenced by where the property is located. In this video, I'll explain why some vital areas consistently outperform others and what landlords should look for before investing. The most important factor in any rental market is demand. If lots of people want to live in an area, landlords usually have more choice of tenants and fewer void periods. Strong demand often means properties rent faster and income is more reliable. Weak demand creates the opposite situation. Properties stay empty for longer, tenants have more choice, and landlords have less pricing power. This is why understanding demand should come before looking at individual properties. A great property in a weak market can still be a difficult investment. One of the biggest drivers of housing demand is employment. People generally want to live near where they work. Areas with strong job markets often attract more residents, which increases demand for rental accommodation. This could be a major city, a business hub, a university town, or an area experiencing economic growth. When employment is strong, tenant demands tend to be stronger as well. This doesn't guarantee success, but it often creates a healthier foundation for the rental market. Transport links can significantly affect the attractiveness of an area. Many tenants prioritize commuting convenience. Properties near train stations, major roads, or public transport routes often attract a wider tenant demand. A location with excellent transport connections can sometimes outperform a similar location nearby that is harder to access. Transport improvements can also change an area's long-term prospects. This is why experienced investors pay close attention to infrastructure and connectivity. For family housing, schools often play a major role. Many parents are willing to pay more to live within the catchment area of well-regarded schools. This creates consistent demand in certain locations. Strong schools can improve tenant quality, increase tenancy length, and reduce turnover. Areas with desirable schools often remain popular even during weaker property markets. For landlords targeting family tenants, education provision can be just as important as the property itself. Many investors focus on rental yield. Yield compares annual rent with the property value. Some areas produce very high yields. Others produce lower yields but stronger long-term growth. Neither is automatically better. The important point is understanding the balance between income, growth, and risk. A high-yield area may generate strong cash flow but have slower price growth. A lower-yield area may offer different advantages. Good investors understand both sides of the equation. Supply matters just as much as demand. If large numbers of rental properties compete for the same tenants, landlords may face more competition. This can affect rent levels and occupancy rates. Even a popular area can become challenging if supply increases significantly. Understanding the balance between supply and demand helps landlords identify stronger opportunities and avoid markets where competition is becoming excessive. University towns often have unique rental markets. Large student populations can create strong and predictable rental demand. This can provide opportunities for landlords who understand the local market. However, student accommodation also comes with different management requirements. Turnover is often higher and tenant needs may differ from family housing. The key is understanding the specific type of demand being created. Tenants don't just rent properties, they rent locations. Restaurants, shops, parks and gyms, entertainment and green space all contribute to an area's appeal. These factors influence where people want to live and how much they are willing to pay. A property might be excellent, but if the surrounding area lacks appeal, demand can be weaker. Good amenities often help support stronger rental markets over time. Experienced investors don't just analyze today's market, they also consider future changes. New transport infrastructure, commercial development, regeneration projects, and employment growth can all influence future demand. Areas that improve over time often experience stronger rental performance. This doesn't mean trying to predict the future perfectly. It means understanding the direction of travel and identifying locations with positive long-term fundamentals. One common mistake is investing based purely on property headlines. An area may receive a lot of media attention, but popularity doesn't automatically create a good investment. Sometimes, by the time everyone is talking about a location, much of the opportunity has already been reflected in the prices. Strong investors focus on fundamentals rather than hype. They look at demand, employment, supply, and affordability instead of chasing trends. The quality and stability of tenant demand can have a huge impact on performance. Areas attracting long-term professional or family tenants may provide greater stability. Other areas may experience higher turnover. Neither is automatically right or wrong, but understanding who your likely tenant will be helps you assess the practical realities of ownership. Strong tenant demand often creates a smoother landlord experience. Some investors become so focused on location that they ignore cash flow. Others focus only on cash flow and ignore location. The strongest opportunities often sit somewhere in the middle. Good areas matter, good numbers matter. A property that combines strong demand with realistic cash flow is usually more attractive than one that only excels in one area. Balance is often the key. Before investing in an area, ask, is the demand strong for tenants? Are jobs growing? Are transport links good? Is supply under control? Would I want to live there myself? These questions won't guarantee success, but they can help filter out weaker locations and improve decision making. The key point is simple. Properties do not perform in isolation. They operate within local markets. The quality of that market influences tenant demand, rent levels, void periods, and long-term prospects. Understanding the area is often just as important as understanding the property itself. Successful buy-to-let investing is not about finding perfect properties. It's about finding properties in locations where demand, income, and long-term fundamentals work together. Understanding why some areas outperform others helps you make better decisions and avoid expensive mistakes. This is the practical landlord.